Right. Today, for the purpose of education, we'll be giving us proper understanding between the difference on what is known as joint tenants under the law and tenancy in common. Well, many people don't understand this, and when you are getting up on your mortgage ladder, people don't tend to read most things that lawyers or solicitors will write for them. So, for the purpose of clarity, I'm going to explain to you the difference between a tenant in common and a joint tenant. This is not English language. This is more used in the legal term, and I would like you to listen very well to this. There are some circumstances that can come up whereas you come across this words, especially when you are into a completely corporate world or you are involved in property transactions. Many agents do not understand this term. Many, even those you think that may know, you may not know the meaning. So, joint tenant happens where the parties come together in ownership of a property. Okay, and under the law, the joint tenant, the maximum number you can have for a joint tenant is 4 under the law. And what happens to joint tenancy? When parties come out together as a joint tenant, it means that this can happen under the company law as well. If, for example, people are coming out together to own a company, or they're trying to come together to own a property. So these 4 people, or maximum of these 4 people, come together and they own same equity, they own same right on that. Now listen to me. This is what happens if anything happens to any of those parties under the joint tenant. If any one of them dies, the rules of survivorship is what is implied. And what's the meaning? It means that right you have will be transferred to those who are still alive among those 3 or among those 4. I think you got it right now. Now, if it happens to be tenant in common, the tenant in common, when it come up, maybe the buyers decide that this transaction, this property will be owned as tenant in common. So in this instance, what we do, or what you expect we to do, is to have what we call declaration of trust. So in this declaration of trust, your solicitor will guide you properly about it. And what's expected here is the fact that they will be able to measure your quota, how much do you contribute into the company, how much do you contribute to the property. So they will measure your quota, they measure your amount, your right that you have in that company. Each person's right, if you have 4 people or 3, each person's right will be measured. And when you die or anything happens to any of the parties there, the right will not fall back on other parties, but rather the right will fall back on your beneficiary, which means that you need to make a will or make a declaration. You need to make a will or a declaration document which will definitely indicate how that property could be shared on your behalf. But without this, that right in that property will fall back on